So I think Auburn fans should be upset that there's only 3 players participating in Indianapolis for NFL teams this week. Obviously, we've got Zacoby McClain, Roger McCreary, and Smoke Monday, all 3 defenders, which I think makes sense with when you look at how Auburn performed last year. But Auburn should have more than 3 dudes at the combine, Mike G. The SEC has 82 players from the conference. Auburn has 3 of them. And I don't think this is a knock on the NFL. And I want to be clear, this is not a knock on the 3 players that are represented. Mm-hmm. But I just think that number should be higher. Am I way off on that?
No. And you've intrigued me, Zach. So, wow, 3? Okay, so
out of 82 from the SEC, like that's none. That is virtually almost 0. Like when you compare to the rest of the conference. And we've seen Auburn guys perform well. But it just, and this year, like, I don't know who else they would realistically ask. You know what I mean? Like maybe Tony Fair in a role player type thing. Demetrius Robertson is projected to get drafted in day 3, maybe the 6th round. Maybe you ask him. But, like, it's just Auburn didn't put the talent out this year. And I think that's something Auburn fans should be like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah, look at it this way. 30% of those kids are coming from Georgia and Alabama.
Right.
Right. They've got 25 kids between those 2 schools. Georgia is sending 14. Alabama is sending 11. Normally, that looks like LSU's kind of having a down year, but normally they've got like 10 kids in the draft as well, too. So,
LSU's best prospect isn't even like participating, I don't think.
Yeah, but they still got more than 3 guys at the combine, right? Yeah. Like, I'm looking at least 8 guys they're still sending to the combine, and we got 3. So this is
8 is a 10th, right? Like that's reasonable. That is a 10th. There's 14 teams in the league. Like, okay, that's a normal thing. 2 of the other teams in the conference, they both played each other for a national championship. Like they're going to have more. I get that. But 3 just seems ridiculously low to me.
Yeah. 8. Yeah, it's 9. Actually, Zach, it's 9. They got 9 guys in.
Okay.
So what I would say is this is a development issue, 100%, right? If you're not sending guys to the combine, this is a development issue that precedes Harsin, right? Because
this isn't Harsin's fault, right?
Yeah, just joining the draft is about the 3-year sample size that these kids have to go through before they can even become draft eligible.
Sure.
So, the 1 year that Harsin spent here did not, that's not the reason why we got 3 guys in the draft in this season. So sometimes you have down a year, sometimes it's an off year. But let's remember, a lot of guys are opting to come back for their COVID years. Mm-hmm. So guys who might have been eligible for the combine are coming back.
Yeah, like Wooden, Hall, and Papo probably would have
gone to the combine, right? Yeah. So, but they're coming back.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's about guys choosing to stay in school at Auburn.
That's great.
But ultimately, that's maybe only half the equation. The other half of the equation is lack of development. That's something that we're going to look to improve. I mean, if we have less than 6 guys get invited to the combine next year, I'd be disappointed. So they've got to step that up. It's going to be big in recruiting as well, too, because recruits know these numbers. They know how many guys you're sending to the league because they want to be one of those guys.
The coaches are telling them.
Yeah, they're telling them. Yeah.
They're being told. Yep.
So you got to be able to get guys to the next level if you want to be able to recruit effectively. Obviously, this coach's recruiting tactics have been under fire. So this season, he's got to show the development so that, he can get guys into a position to get invited to the combine, which ultimately will turn into one of your best recruiting tools.
Right. And you know what? John Samuel Shanker would have been invited, I would think, if he didn't go. So, like, that's another one. But, it's going to be those 4 guys that we just mentioned already next year, as well as Tank Bigsby will obviously be a part of it. Maybe a guy like Nick Brahms, just because he started in the SEC for so many years, they're going to probably want to look at him and talk to him.
I think we'll easily have 6 or 7 at the combine next year.
I think unless they just really drop off, I think we just named 6 or 7. So, so we'll see. But that number, The three made sense when that press release came out that Auburn sent with like, okay, yeah, Smoke makes sense. Roger makes sense. Zacoby, of course, makes sense. But it's like, wait, the SEC has 82 dudes. Like, that's just what? And Auburn only has 3 of them. Like, that just seemed really off to me. But you just talked me off the ledge, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, listen, and we regularly represent close to 33% of the kids put into the first round of the draft as well, too. So, I mean, there are high numbers there. There that one year
he is in the SEC. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, right in the first round. So, when you look at the year that Schwartz and Seth Williams came out, we only have 4 guys I think go get drafted that year, and Jamie and Sherwood was one of them, and I forgot who the fourth guy was.
That KJ Britt's here.
Yeah, Britt.
No, Britt would have been the year before. But
no.
Anyway.
But, we didn't have high numbers there either, again, which pointed to that lack of development that had been going on. So we got to get those numbers up, man, if we want to compete and if we want to recruit well. They've got to show that.